But when it comes to our mental health, we just really treat it differently. We would never expect anybody to kind of snap out of it if they had cancer. Yet that's a really common thing, people with depression here. Can't you just snap out of it?
Yeah.
Because they don't think it's a real disease.
Yep.
They think it's made up and things like that.
Yeah, but if they end up getting the help that they need, they can really turn their life around. Like the guy who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, he's 8 years married now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He found the love of his life, too.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is, you know, addiction kind of falls in that category, too. For a lot of people, addiction is about self-medication and kind of a way to deal with the oppressive, unequal society that we live in. And we kind of like to throw away people with mental illness or addiction. But in reality, when they get treatment, they come back stronger than ever and can make a huge positive impact in the lives of the people around them.
Right. So, I heard, or I was told, that there is no cure for a lot of mental illness. So the work that has to be done to keep it in remission, that requires a lot of time, that requires a lot of work that a lot of people want to give up doing. How would you counsel, or what would you say to a person that says, I'm tired of fighting, I'm tired of trying to deal with it?
Well, good point. I mean, the thing that we're really ultimately trying to do is keep people alive, keep people from feeling like suicide is a viable option for them. And it's really not as hard as you might think. A lot of helping people is just listening.
Right.
Listening to their story, showing kindness, showing concern. The other piece that's really important is the piece of non-judgment.
Yeah.
Kind of coming at it from a place of, you know, seeing people for their potential, for what they can be, and not judging them or shutting them down. For the most part, anybody who has struggled will tell you that when people are receptive and show that they care and they're not criticized, they suddenly feel like it's something they can do, that they can get help, that there might be hope. And that's a bigger battle, honestly. Getting people into treatment is a bigger battle than treatment once we get them there.
Yeah, I think another area that has to really be worked on is one of the biggest things is that not only people who need to get treatment, but public service to understanding people that have mental illness. For example, like the police, when they deal with people with mental illness, how they have to, they're like behind the curb on it. And even churches, sometimes, you know, people come to you and they have mental illness and you don't know, and you just say, okay, I'll pray, and then that leads to a lot of not knowing the signs or not knowing completely what's going on. I think there's awareness needs to really be made for people with mental illness on their behalf. Add more advocates, such as yourself, for them.
Absolutely. I love that you said that too. The criminal justice system these days has turned into our default mental health system because it's the only system that can't say no. We continue to cut all kinds of social services, feeling like they're just frosting on the cake and not seeing them as vital needs for our community.
Right.
And so people just end up in jail because we don't know how to help them. We don't understand them. I do find it's been incredibly rewarding to teach mental health at the college level because I do find that education creates kindness. When people learn about mental health and mental illness, at the bottom of the majority of mental illness is abuse. Quite honestly.
Yeah.
And when you really connect with somebody and you hear their story and you understand kind of why they came to be where they are, usually people are much kinder instead of scared or worried. We do get so much misinformation that people with mental illness are scary and violent and criminals. They're no more likely than anyone without a mental illness to commit a crime. However, they're much more likely to be the victims of crime.
Indeed.
These are vulnerable people. These are not scary, horrifying, out to get you people. These are people that really need a little bit of caring and help. And that's something we can all do, which is pretty cool.
And like some news stations make them seem like they're very, very scary people. and they twist the stories around and stuff. And that's really not okay. That's awful.
Not okay. He's 10. He just had a
Right?
birthday too.
He
He just had a birthday too.
He's sophisticated.
Yeah.
If you met his dad too, you would understand him and his mom and where Ben came from.
Yes,
Well, I am
my husband's
impressed.
a community activist as well. And,
Yes.
you know, we do feel like social injustice is at the bottom of so many of these problems, that anything we can do to level the playing field. You know, just like Ben was saying about media images, it's the same with racism. It's the same with sexism, heterosexism. All of these, we in our culture divide people by really arbitrary, superficial things and put value on that.
Yeah.
If we valued everyone equally, what a different world this would be.
Right.
Indeed.
Valuing people on their labels.
Yep. So we're gonna take a pause for the cause, and we're gonna come back because we do have Juan Gomez in the building as well, who is running for city council. So we're gonna talk with him, and then we're gonna talk again with Miss Amy and my little boo Ben. Ben, take us out. Turn it down.
Welcome to the Positive Impact Show, my dear.
Thank you.
I was told that you are someone that deals in the mental health field.
I do. You're right. You were told correctly.
On my way up here, when I get into when I kind of got into range, I was listening to your son. What a terrific young man, I would have to say.
I agree.
Yeah, you know. Well, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How can you advise someone to recognize the signs of mental illness in someone, and is that something that can be done?
One of the things that we stress in mental health is the impact of your mood, thoughts, behavior on your role function. And what we mean by role function is the things that you want to do in life, the things you want to be, the things you want to do. I believe strongly that all of us have some negative things in there, like some strange ideas, some weird habits. We all have a struggle to some extent. But when it starts to interfere with your ability to kind of have a happy relationship, be a good parent, be a good student, be a good worker, that's the time that we say, okay, you might need some help. And of course, we're always going to hope that people can get effective professional help. And there's lots of different places that do good social service here. So I would say, you know, if you're wondering even whether you might have some mental health issues, you probably do. You know, there's no harm in seeking help, particularly if you can find effective, affordable mental health support.
Well, speaking of myself, the boss here looked at it that I'm a mental care center.
We all are.
You know,
You're not alone.
I beg to differ, but that's what she says. You know, because sometimes, Ms. Chantal, I'll use you as an example. She's a very vibrant, outgoing person, you know, always upbeat every time I speak with her. All of a sudden, Chantal, hi Frankie Paul, how are you? You know, how should I interpret something like that? Is it okay, maybe she's in a bad mood, but okay, 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Good question.
Is she really in a bad mood for 3 weeks, or is there something else that is going on there?
And you're talking about exactly the kinds of things that would be signs. If someone's kind of normal mood is upbeat and vibrant and high energy, and now you notice a change, the best thing to do is really just ask about it. And ask about it from a place of caring and non-judgment. And hopefully that will open the door to the person maybe being able to accept help. The other kind of big thing that I always say in mental health class is insight into illness is the best predictor of success. So when you recognize it and you say, you know what, I don't feel like myself. I do think that this might be something I need a hand with, that person's going to do better than the person who just says, it'll pass, it's nothing, it's the denial. Just we see that in the world of addiction and substance abuse too. Denial can be the biggest threat to mental health. Not seeing it, not wanting to accept it, not wanting to face it, that can really, kind of keep you on the path of deterioration instead of getting on the path to better mental health.
True. As an African American male, one of the things that I was taught, you're a big man. Suck it up, man. How you doing?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, cry. Well, you're stupid. Wipe off your face, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dry your tears. Don't ever show signs of weaknesses.
Indeed.
And these are some of the things that we as African American, especially males,
absolutely,
were taught over, I would want to say, a generation. So
probably more. I love how you said that too. I think our culture does a huge disservice with this kind of snap out of it, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, toughen up. Everybody should be fiercely, individually independent. That's just wrong. We are all dependent on each other. We all are connected. Even just hearing Juan Gomez and like your niece and his, 6 degrees of separation. Worcester, I probably think, has 1 degree of separation. We are all connected, and this idea that you should be able to do it on your own and be tough and just deal with it is just nonsense, and it's not serving us. It's certainly true for men, and men more than women experience the stigma of seeking help and of mental health. I have students that'll tell me, like, I know I should go to counseling, but when I do, I always feel like I should, get a real problem, and I'm weak, and what's the issue here? And particularly if you're a man of color, even more so, you have that both stereotype that you have to be strong and tough and put up that defense. Good growl. And it's just not serving anybody. It's just it breaks my heart really to hear people feel like they got to go it alone. What kind of world is that where we're told we got to go it alone? All right, you jump in there.
Go ahead, Ben.
I think like some of the parenting that really does affect that really is a lot of the causes of mental health. So like with all the suck it up, be tough and all that kind of makes that kind of adds on to like some mental health problems that you might have and stuff like that.
So a lot of stress in childhood and a lot of stress in kind of parenting as well, and all of us, right? I mean, I think if you feel like you're completely mentally healthy, then you are not paying attention to the world around you. Because this world around, we live in a really messed up culture that gives us a lot of sick and unhealthy messages, and I really don't know if it's possible to be mentally healthy in American culture. Certainly being a part of community is one of the best things you can do. Reaching out, feeling connected, getting to know people, understanding people. Those are the kinds of things that counteract these stigma messages that too bad you're on your own, toughen up, buttercup.
Exactly. Amy, I love you.
I love you too, Chantal. Biggest fan.
And I know that you also teach this at Worcester State as well.
Yep.
So you do a couple of classes for that as well. So I want people to know that if you do want to learn more about the differences in mental health and things like that, you can go to school and learn that.
Yeah.
And Amy is your girl.
Can I plug another thing? A former student of mine, and I like to shout out people, Megan Sullivan, had experienced a lot of her own stress, mental health stuff. She lost a number of friends to suicide when she was in high school. And she came to Worcester State and started the chapter of Active Minds, which is a group nationally to talk about mental health on college campuses, to put it in the forefront, to have conversations about it. When she graduated, Megan was such a strong mental health advocate. They created a position for her at the Shine Initiative, and they have recently secured a grant for about $300,000 to teach as many people as possible mental health first aid. Mm-hmm. Just like first aid for physical injuries, we've come up with a program that kind of helps first responders. So someone who doesn't have the professional background to help with your mental health, but just needs a few basic skills to be able to reach out and kind of be that bridge to bring you into being able to get effective help and treatment. And it really is something that all of us can contribute to positive mental health of those around us by just having authentic connections, reaching out without judgment, and coming from a place of love and caring.
Mm-hmm.
It's active listening, man.
Right on.
Active listening. It's ladies and gentlemen, it's a serious issue out there.
Yes, it is.
It's and that's the reason why when I saw it, I decided that whatever it takes, I have to get here.
I'm so glad you did. It is a really serious issue. Absolutely.
Especially, I think, in the African American community who thinks that under any circumstances you can't respond to something like that, and there's no way that you could be seen as someone that needs mental health.
Absolutely.
Issue, suffer from mental health issues. So,
and there's so much trauma out there. If you're a person of color, you kind of experience daily stress, just kind of living in this world where you are pushed down. Right on,
I agree.
I agree. Thank you so much.
Yes.
For me.
My pleasure.
Because he's not at work for you. But it's okay. But I want to thank Ben and his mama and your dad too. So you want to shout out your dad?
Yep, my dad is John Marion, and he works for the WORC Center there.
Mm-hmm.
So
shout out John.
He's actually at a training this weekend, so he's just coming home tonight. But they sent him across the country to learn more about organizing people.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you. And I have to shout out my beautiful son, who has been taking photos all day of us.
Running back and forth.
He has to. He has definitely worked out today, so I will definitely be nice to you when we get home. You got it on radio now, okay? You want to say something? Come on, get the mic. You can say something. You want to shout out your brother because his birthday was yesterday?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was my brother, my big brother, Jeremiah's birthday yesterday. He's now 13 years old.
Wow.
My sister got him so good with the cupcake.
We do a cake smash every birthday.
Yeah.
Your mama's getting old.
Wow! I know I am, but I didn't want to hear it out loud.
He said, yeah.
Look, they ain't nice to me.
13 ain't young. 13 is a teenager now. You got a teenager.
Okay, don't remind me.
Sorry.
Don't remind me. There's 2 of them now. And I got 2 years for this one. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know.
Listen, embrace your oldness, my dear.
Embrace my oldness.
Embrace
yourself.
You know this? Look at my beard. I will never die.
See, I'm very happy. I have no gray hairs yet. I said yet, but I don't have any yet. I'm very, very, very happy about that. But even if I did, you wouldn't see them anyway. But
they're there, and I earn every single one of them. Thank you very much.
So we have. Do you have something to say, Ben?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. I think today's show was phenomenal. I think Frankie Paul is missing us. That's why he came back for real though. And I think he likes you because he came in and he didn't even say hi to me.
Oh, okay.
Like he didn't even say hi. He was talking to you. I'm like, really? Like now y'all people like that? I mean, I wasn't hating, but I was like, really, Frankie Paul? Like really? You know that side eye?
That's the first thing I said when we came on. So I said, I really like Frankie.
He did too. And then out of nowhere, here you come.
And then poof.
Say your name 3 times.
All right, Candyman. Thank you so much for coming back, Mr. Frank Paul.
Absolutely. That is always a pleasure to come and hang out with you guys here. I mean, this is my place, man. I live here. That's not me.
And I know Spinner is spinning tonight at Nemesco, 3 Mill Street. It's free cover. Drinks are cheap. Music is great. And make sure you support him and his DVD.
Is everything
right?
okay, Spinner? You look a little down.
What's that?
You look a little down. Doesn't Spinner look a little down to me?
Spinner had a rough night.
Oh, okay.
See, I knew beforehand. I just wasn't saying nothing.
We do have the professional in the building right here on Flavor 105.5.
I was just gonna say, you're reaching right out. All right.
Listen, if you need an assessment, bro, we'll take you.
We got you.
We got you.
Now, Will, what are you doing this week? Because you know our hip hop show comes out on Wednesday.
That's right. Wednesday, I'm gearing up for that, and I'm going to make it a point to any MC that comes on the show, they got to battle me.
So you gonna really kick a 16?
Kick a 16. So you got 30 seconds to go against me, and then you could be the judge. Any
Okay.
guest on the show?
I got it. Our first guest. My people, Great Dame and Young Reek will be on the show Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
All right, bring your bars with you.
So Hip Hop Speaks is gonna be real. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
We need a logo though.
What about that picture right there? I like that picture on the wall.
Should we do that?
Yes. That.
And make it nice and easy.
Yeah, nice.
You know I'm all for easy, right?
Yep, me too.
So you take the picture, you send it to me, I put their pictures in it, and we're good.
We're good.
Don't stop.
All right.
That works.
Yeah.
And we'll make a page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all like us on Facebook too. It's the Positive Impact Show Worcester on Facebook. And follow us on our Twitter handles. Mine is Chantel Bethia at Twitter. Instagram, I'm Shawnee_Bethia with an S. Spinner, you are.
I'm Smooth Spinner. Everything.
He's Smooth Spinner on everything. Because you just changed your name back on Facebook, so I noticed
I
that.
sneaked it back in.
Look.
You know,
So that's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Smooth Spinner.
Yeah,
And that's Spinner, ER, not A, y'all. I be putting it wrong, but it is an ER.
And y'all can hit me up on Facebook, William Charles McNeil. William Truth at McNeil will be up there pretty soon. So
Look, he's like, I can change the name.
Yeah, that's right. On Facebook at any time, all day, every day,
Yeah.
7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Do it.
I'm getting ready for the hip hop show.
Look, you got it though.
Sorry about that.
So we gonna play one song, but make sure to tune in with us for our hip hop show on Wednesdays from 6 to 8. It is the third Wednesday of every month. And then make sure that you tune in next Sunday from 2 to 4 for the Positive Impact Show Worcester. Spinner, take us out.